Okay, today's objective is 11.4 ELR. It is about volume and find the volume of prisms and cylinders. 11.4. All right, so let's take a look at a prism. What's a good definition for volume? How is it measured? I believe everyone knows volume is the space that a figure occupies. It is measured in cubic units, units to the third. How can I find the volume of these shapes? Take a look at these three here. All the volumes are the same here. The first one here, they're cutting all three of these through so that we could see what the base looks like. If you notice, they all have the same thing. So if I wanted to find the volume of a prism, it's going to be, let's go look at the formula for a volume first. It's B times H. So it's the product of the area of the base times the height of the prism. So taking a look at these three here, this first one here, the area of this base, this is a rectangle. 3 times 2 is 6. Here again, another one, 3 times 2 is 6. And here we have a triangle, base times height divided in half. So I'm going to do 6 times 2 divided in half. 12 divided in half is 6. So these three shapes here, even though they have different bases, all their heights are the same here. So these all three have the same volume. So again, volume for a prism is B times H, area of the base, whatever that is, times the height. All right, so let's take a look at this one here. We want to find the volume of this prism. This is a rectangular prism. So I'm going to take out, this is a triangular prism, triangle, because both of the bases are triangles. So I'm going to take out the triangle. It's an equilateral triangle. It's got 8s all around. If I want to find B, the area of the base, I need to know what this height is. So how are we going to figure this out here? Well, we know it's an equilateral triangle, so I know we got 60 degrees going around. If I sketch in this height here that I need to figure out, that makes this 30 degrees. So we have a 30, 60, 90 right triangle. Hopefully you remember what to do to find these opposite sides in a 30, 60, 90. All right, so to get this piece here, we know it has to be half of the hypotenuse. So that's going to give us 4. And then the side opposite of 60, which is the height, that's going to give us 4 root 3. So that's my H. So volume, B times H. Area of the base, well, we got the whole base is 8 times the height of that triangle, 4 root 3, divided in half. And what's the height of this whole prism? It is 10. So let's work out this left-hand side here. We could do 8 times 4 is 32 divided in half. So I get it to be 16 root 3, timesing it by 10. So that's 160 root 3. Plug it into the calculator. They want into the whole number. So 277 inches cubed is the volume of this triangular prism. All right, let's find the volume of this triangular prism. We got the triangle. This bottom is 6. The height of this triangle base is 10. So it looks like we have all the information. This is the height of the prism. All right, so volume is B times H. So again, the base is a triangle. So I'm going to do 10 times 6 divided in half. I'm going to multiply it by the height, which is 5. Multiply this out. I get this to be 30 times 5. 150 meters cubed is the volume of this triangular prism. All right, moving on to cylinder. What's the volume of a cylinder? Same concept, area of the base times the height. The base never changes for a cylinder, it's always a circle. So volume is pi r squared h. Again, making sure that you're putting these formulas on that piece of paper. Here's an example. Find this volume in terms of pi. All right, so we want pi in the answer. So I'm going to write the formula down. Let's plug in all my information. That is the radius. This is the height. Pi times 3 squared times it by the height of 8. So that I get this to be 72 pi centimeters cubed. Okay, here we have an aquarium, and it's got a rectangular prism and half of a cylinder here, half of a cylinder. Hopefully you can see this half of the cylinder coming out. All right, so let's find the volume for both first. Let's do the rectangular prism first. So we got the volume of the rectangular prism, area of the base times the height. Well, the base, we got it to be 36 times 24, it looks like. And the height of this aquarium is 24 also. Put that in the calculator, you get it to be 20,736 so far of volume. Now I need to do the volume for the cylinder, but I'm going to divide it in half after I get the answer because only half of a cylinder. So pi r squared times h. All right, the h is 24. Now, what would be the r here? The r here. This is the same as this, right? 24, but I only want it from here, right? From here to here. So that would be half of 24. So that would give me 12 inches for the radius. All right, so let's go ahead. Pi times 12 squared. And the height of this cylinder here is 24. Okay, when you plug that in the calculator, you get it to be about this much, 5,428. And now I'm going to add these two together. So my total volume for this aquarium is 26,164.7 inches cubed. So hopefully you paused the video and tried it yourself to see. All right, let's try another example, real similar to this one, except here we're leaving it in terms of pi. Again, we have a rectangular prism, and we have half of a cylinder. All right, so let's find the volume of the rectangular prism first. So area of the base times the height. All right, we got 24 times 10 times 12. I'm going to multiply that all out. We get 2,880 so far for volume. All right, let's talk about the cylinder. All right, here we have our diameter, right, as 12, the same as this, 12. But all we want is the radius, right? So half of 12 is 6. So 6 inches is the radius. All right, so volume, pi r squared h. So let's plug in. Our r is 6. What is the height of this prism? Think about it. If you were to turn it, the height of the prism is going to be 10. All right, let's plug this in the calculator. And then we're going to make sure we divide it in half because we only want half of it. 360 divided in half, so that's 180 pi inches cubed here. And they want you to leave the answer in terms of pi. So I'm going to write my answer like this. 2,880 plus 180 pi inches cubed. I can't add this to this, so that's how you leave your answer in terms of pi here. All right, last question. We have an Olympic size swimming pool, 164 feet by 82 feet by 6.6 feet. We want to find the volume of the pool. All right, so that's easy enough. All right, I'll just plug in those three numbers, 164 times 82 times 6.6 in the calculator. And I get it to be 88,756.8 feet, cubic feet. If 1 cubic feet is this, 7.48 gallons, how many gallons does the pool hold? So what do I need to do with that? I need to multiply that by this, by the 7.48 gallons. And when I do that, I get a whole lot of gallons, 663,900.864 gallons the pool holds there.